guys, it's Bobby from MBgamerz, back with another episode of ArcheAge, and today we are going to be talking to Malcolm. So let's go and talk to Malcolm. We will go and collect this quest after, and I believe he's in this house here, or this one. Malcolm? I knew someone would come, but I didn't expect a fellow rune bearer. Is it because of Sloane? The old man was prophetic. He abandoned his sacred duty, just so he could fawn over a hunk of rock. Don't you see? We owed them nothing. They left us to be orphaned. And for what? A war they failed to win for thousands of years? Well, if you come for the ring, you come for the wrong place. This house will be your grave. Oh god. Whoops. That ended well. Report to Villager Elder Humphrey. Fear not, the village people saw Malcolm attack first. The boy's death is a tragedy, but he brought it on himself. Oh Malcolm, what happened to you? Sir Malcolm had a golden mark, like mine. Was he involved with the Bloodhounds in any way? Do you know anything about the Ring of Nuain? Malcolm always wanted to be accepted, to feel important. It wouldn't surprise me if the Bloodhounds appealed to him. But if he had the ring, he never spoke of it to me. Alice, I think I have something you should see.
As Malcolm fell, a golden rune flamed on his arm. It looked exactly like your own. You started to ask him about it, but his last breath rasped from his lips, and he grew still. You seized Diana's memories. They must contain some kind of clue. However, the connection to the rune was as inscrutable as ever. What you did see was another member of the expedition take credit for Lucius's play. The selfless act had exonerated Lucius at the cost of his friend's freedom. Shocked to receive such a gift, even from a friend, Yana grew passionate about saving him. Here, you realized the history books had it wrong. Though the adventurers had wanted to find the birthplace of the world and the source of magic, the real catalyst for their adventure was a prison break. After helping their honorable friend escape prison, they'd had to flee the city.
Malcolm asked me to keep this safe, saying it was a sculpture from White Arden. Wherever he touched it, his arm would glow with a golden mark, just like you described. Maybe it will work for you. As well. Okay. You mentioned someone named Emma. When you saw the mark, who is she? She was Malcolm's foster mother. These days she is a servant working at Rob Barn Castle. A foster mother? I thought I was an orphan too. Maybe she knows more about Malcolm's past?
If Yana's memories had shown you anything of use, it was that history could be rewritten and shouldn't necessarily be trusted. All accounts painted Sloane as a normal, retired soldier. But he had somehow come into possession of the Ring of Nuain, a powerful artifact. There was clearly more to his story than you'd uncovered so far. even Malcolm was more than he seemed. He'd raved about a war, but peace had reigned for centuries. He might have gone mad. Or he might have known something that you didn't. And how had he ended up with your same birthmark? Did it mean he recalled Iana's memories too? Perhaps he could have explained everything. As it stood, even his foster mother knew nothing of his origins or the birthmark you shared. For once, instead of a stranger's memories, your mind was clouded only with questions.
Interesting. I'll write you a letter explaining what happened to Malcolm. Go to Rob and Castle and read it to Emma. Maybe your birthmark can jog her memory. Okay. Let's get this mission. Have you heard the armies of Castellan have returned? Years ago, a brutal lord attempted to claim the sultry peninsula. He built an enormous castle in these very mountains, cutting the sultry access to the mainland. But the rightful king of the Castellan throne opposed him and led a great army against the terrible castle Castriant. The fortress was vast and well defended, and the siege was one of the bloodiest battles of the sultry's history. But eventually the cruel lord's armies were defeated. The king declared that the ruins of Castellan was remained untouched, as a reminder to any lord who wished to try his hand at taking Soltrude by force. To this day, the Romans of Castle Crown will skirt the mountains between here and Soltrude's peninsula. But that is not all that remains. It's common that the site of great battles you have some ritual undead activity, but the fallen fortress has always been unusually dangerous. And now our greatest fear has come to pass. The army's crown has returned from the grave. The guards are too terrified to face them. Adventurers like you are our only hope. Will you go to the fallen fortress and help when the undead horde is gathering, and help defeat it? Will you protect us from the armies of the Castriant? They gather each day at night in the ruins of the fallen fortress. Growing in strength, if no one stops them, they will form an army of undead and lay siege to the castle throne. So that's an elite quest. And I think they only come at a certain time. So I'm gonna unmark this quest. Yeah, 2 AM and 2 PM. Alright. So we've got to go and kill the undead around Bear Mountain. Let's go up here. You're next. Okay. So we need 2 more. Alright, 5 completed. Oh. So let's go back and report this quest. And he's over here, I believe. Oh, her. You helped River Spam in its undead problem, didn't you? Well done. The town's hired us to help fight the local bandits, but it don't have any experience dealing with ghosts and the like. So open all this up. That's actually bad. What about this? That's better. Put that on. That's bad. What about this? Nah. Oh, okay. Nothing good. Oh, that's good. New weapon. Alright. So now we've got to go and talk to Emma.
A glider allows you to fly from high places.
We'll come back and do that quest. There's a few quests we can come and do. Horse level up. Alright. Let's go and read the letter out and tell her that her foster son's dead. Excuse me? Pardon me? Malcolm has always been a brash boy. I knew his temper would get him into trouble one day. Emma, do you know anything about the glowing mark on Malcolm's wrist, or where Malcolm came from? I knew about the mark, but I never seen it glow. Perhaps the wizard Malthus would know where it came from. Malthus is the one who gave the boy to me to raise. He told me a great destiny awaited Malcolm one day, but I doubt this is what he meant, my poor boy.
Malcolm had told Emma he joined an elite religious group. But which one? The area was certainly ripe with Dahuta cultists. Could they be related to this Maya as well? Legends said that before she became the goddess, Dahuta had been an ordinary elf. And, like Iana and Lucius, a member of the library expedition. You'd glimpsed a stunning elf in the background of Iana's memories. It was probably Dahuta. When she'd entered the garden, the birthplace of the world, she'd become the goddess of change. Just as Iana had become Nuain, goddess of the hereafter. Though most Nuians worship Nuain, their namesake, perhaps Malcolm had been hoping for a change.
Oh. Level 16? Malthus gave you Malcolm? That old wizard knows more than he's letting on. I have to speak to him. You're in luck then. Malthus stopped by just recently and mentioned he was on his way to Old Pain. If you hurry, you might still be able to catch him. Alright, so we need to talk to Malthus now. I'm going to end the episode here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And with that, bye, guys.